Tonight, we learned the Little Rascal bank robbers was a family affair.
The youngest just 11, only on 13, the grandmother tells the story of turning them in.
Do you think they'll learn a lesson?
They learn a lesson, man.
Breaking now, the major closure on the West Loop.
It's going to last for 3 months.
Oh, my God. But there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Tonight, the deal reportedly in the works that could keep Attorney General Paxton out of prison on felony charges.
Noon at 10, a man returns to jail in record time, accused of a new crime moments after bonding out.
We're live in 30 seconds.
Get ready. It's exciting. It's Rooms to Go. And right now is the perfect time to go. Shop the amazing Rooms to Go anniversary sale. Celebrating another year with big anniversary sale savings on any furniture you need. Get special 60-month interest-free financing with low monthly payments. 60 months, no interest on living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms. Plus, get added value with bonus buys. So let's go. Let's save. Shop the Rooms to Go anniversary sale going on now.
ABC13 Eyewitness News starts now.
3 suspected bank robbers so young, the FBI called them the Little Rascals.
Tonight, we're learning more about how they were caught. Only on 13, reporter Jessica Willey tracked down the grandmother of 2 of those boys.
And Jessica, we understand the grandmother told you she's the one who turned the boys in.
Yes, that's right. She says she saw their photos posted online and called authorities. One grandson is still here in detention. We were told they got away with an undisclosed amount of money. Well, she says those bills weren't real. At the North Harris County apartment complex where the 3 young suspects live, residents knew all about the accused boy bank robbers. And we soon found ourselves at the doorstep of 2 of them. This is Jessica with Channel 13. This grandmother did not want to give her name, but she did share how her grandsons, ages 11 and 16, were caught. The police told us that when a relative called and said, hey, that looks like
That was me.
that was you.
It was March 14th, the boys' spring break, when the FBI posted photos of the trio so young they called them Little Rascals. Once the juveniles were identified, ABC13 blurred their faces. According to the Harris County Sheriff's Office, around 3 that day, they passed a threatening note to the teller at this Wells Fargo in the Greens Point area, 5 miles from where they live, and then got away with an undisclosed amount of cash.
Do you know what happened to any of the money?
What money?
The money that they were able to get away with.
Play money the lady gave them?
They gave him play money?
Yes.
The sheriff's office says the 3rd boy, 12 years old, was caught when he pulled a gun on some workers and was recognized. All 3 were charged with robbery by threat.
A gun.
Grandma says for the bank robbery, they were not armed.
No, we didn't have guns. None of the kids had guns.
They didn't?
No, so I don't know where they got that from.
Tonight, 2 of the 3 remain in detention, she says, adding this is the first time her grandsons have been in trouble.
It really hurts me to even talk about it.
And she is hopeful it's their last.
They learn this, man.
Jessica Willey, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Oh, and breaking now on a Friday night, take a look here. Major closure on the West Loop just getting underway. So all main lanes northbound are closed through Monday, but the ramp from Bel Air north into the heart of Houston is closed for 3 months. You heard me right on that one. So if your plans to take the Galleria through this to the Galleria area interchange, we'll have the best ways to get around that one later in the newscast.
Also tonight, a man and woman attempting to rescue 2 puppies stumbled upon skeletal remains in Liberty County. It was found in a ditch on a County Route 2132 in Rye. It's going to take a while for those remains to be identified.
So new tonight, it appears embattled Attorney General Ken Paxton may have avoided another way to testify in public about crimes he's accused of committing. A report says he's set to reach a deal with prosecutors to have securities fraud charges completely dropped. The case was filed nearly a decade ago, and Texas voters have reelected him to his position of top cop twice since then. ABC 13's Luke Jones live at the Harris County Courthouse, where that deal could be presented to a judge as early as Tuesday. Luke.
Yeah, Tuesday is when attorneys in this case are scheduled to appear here before a judge, and when sources say they'll tell the judge about this agreement. Paxton would have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars in restitution, but notably wouldn't have to enter a guilty plea.
The Texas Attorney General
Ken Paxton survived an impeachment trial, and sources say he's about to survive a securities fraud case dating back to 2015. Sources tell the Austin American-Statesman that a draft agreement with prosecutors would see all felony charges against the Texas Attorney General dismissed, provided he abides by certain conditions.
Technically, it's not a plea bargain.
Murray Newman is an attorney and former prosecutor not affiliated with the case. He says pretrial diversion agreements aren't uncommon.
You're looking at two sides that have something to lose and something to gain, and only they can ultimately be the ones who judge whether or not that's a special deal or not.
Sources say Paxton's deal could include community service, paying between $300,000 and $400,000 in restitution, but not having to plead guilty. Paxton's accused of recruiting people to invest in a company without telling them the company was paying him to do so. He's also accused of failing to register with the state securities board.
Some people are going to say that he got off easy, and other people are going to say they can't believe they even indicted him.
None of the attorneys in the case are confirming the agreement. Special prosecutor Brian Weiss tells us, "I don't know anything about it." Paxton's attorney, Dan Cogdell, says, "I'm not going to comment about something that hasn't happened and may not ever happen. But sources have been telling us for days it's likely to happen, and the judge wouldn't even have to sign off on it." Luke Jones, ABC 13, Eyewitness News.
Now, the securities fraud case is completely separate from what got him impeached last year. That was related to a complaint from whistleblowers who claimed Paxton accepted bribes and abused his office. Paxton said in court documents that he won't challenge the facts of the case and will accept a judgment in an attempt to settle the suit. But the case is still ongoing, and a report from the Texas newsroom says Paxton's defense against the whistleblowers has cost taxpayers $700,000 and counting.
A fun day ends in absolute terror. 2 people, including a preschooler, killed in a school bus crash on the way back from a field trip to the zoo in the Hill Country. 51 others were injured. 10 are said to be in pretty rough shape.
ABC 13's anchor Elisa Rivas joins us now. And Elisa, tonight that bus driver is being praised.
Absolutely, and such a difficult day for these families. In a statement tonight, the school superintendent said the driver was injured but insisted that medics tend to the children first. The crash happening this afternoon on Rural State Highway 21 in Bastrop County. DPS says a cement truck going the opposite direction veered into the Hayes CISD bus, tipping it over. A boy on the bus was killed. A driver then slammed into the bus from behind. That man also died. The horrifying scene unfolding in front of Eric Anaya's home. He says his wife and mother rushed to help.
It's kind of hard to work your emotions and work your way through things that's happening around you within seconds. But it's just a good thing that my family was there to help out.
Yeah, thankfully they were there to help. The full investigation is expected to take weeks to complete. Liliana?
Thank you. After days of storms, we're getting a break with some nice weather this weekend, but that's not going to last long.
Come on, let's get through the weekend, right? Chief Forecaster David Tillman's here to tell us about our next chance of storms just around the corner, David.
Well, at least we are going to get a nice weekend out of this deal, but yeah, just beyond that is going to be another chance for rain and thunderstorms, maybe even strong storms coming from this area of low pressure. Notice how strong those winds are coming into parts of California. That's a powerful jet stream at the base of the system, and when this system moves into the plains, that jet stream is going to be over Texas, and that means that it'll be energizing some of the storms that we get. So severe weather is going to be possible as we head into Monday. The storm system that brought us storms yesterday have now moved all the way to the east. That's a tornado watch in effect for parts of Florida. The nice weather that we're seeing out to the west is what is going to give us beautiful weather this weekend. So let's go ahead and enjoy that. It's breezy out there right now. Winds are gusting to 25 and 30 miles an hour, but that'll be gone by the time we get to tomorrow, starting out at 55, ending up in the mid to upper 70s out there. You will notice some more clouds as we head into Sunday, but it's Monday is the day that we will have these thunderstorms to deal with, and I'll tell you more about that coming up.
ISIS is claiming responsibility for a terror attack that killed at least 60 people in Russia. Another 145 people were injured in the chaos at a major concert venue there in Moscow. Witnesses say several people in camouflage burst into the ground floor of the Crocus City Hall and started shooting. Russian state media says the attackers then threw a grenade or bomb which started a fire that engulfed most of the building. The attack comes just 2 weeks after the U.S. State Department warned about possible extremist attacks in Russia, specifically at concert venues. The White House is warning Americans in Russia to stay away from the area and large gatherings.
The images are just horrible and just hard to watch, and our thoughts obviously are going to be with the victims of this terrible, terrible shooting attack.
All major sporting and entertainment events in the region have been canceled through the weekend.
New tonight, we're seeing what Houston police went through before 2 deadly shootings. Some of this may be hard to watch. The first video released today is from February 29th. It is shooting in the 2nd Ward. A man was allegedly robbing stores at gunpoint and making his getaway on a scooter. He eventually ran behind a tree where we hear an officer demand him not to draw a weapon before the suspect allegedly does, and the officer fires.
Get down! 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 Get down! I'm gonna...
The suspect was struck and medical attention was provided, but he did die on the scene. And the second video is from just the next day on March 1st. Police were responding to a domestic situation at an apartment complex on the north side. We're told when police arrived, a man opened the door, pointed a weapon at the officers, and began firing. Police shot back. And you can also see what appears to be a firearm at the end of the video down there at the bottom of your screen. The suspect was struck. He was also provided medical attention and also died at the scene. No officers were injured.
Still to come, a man who just got out of jail wasted no time in going back behind bars. You won't believe how quickly he managed to get in trouble with the law. It's a story you'll only see on 13. And tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is $977 million. The winning numbers were just drawn. Good luck.